The Art of Communicating by Thich Nhat Hanh. Chapter 3. The Keys to Communicating with Others. As you connect with yourself, you begin connecting more deeply with other people. Without the first step, the second step isn't possible. Don't neglect to reserve some time along each day for communicating with yourself. All of us still have misperceptions and suffering. When we communicate with others, we should be aware that suffering we have yet to heal and our perceptions are also there. If we can be aware of our in-breath and out-breath, we will remember that the one goal of compassionate communication is to help others suffer less. If we remember this, we already succeeded. We already contributing to more joy and less suffering. Saying hello. It is helpful to remember the beginning of every communication with another person that there is a Buddha inside each of us. The Buddha is just a name for the most understanding and compassionate person it is possible to be. You may call it something else if you wish, like wisdom or God. We can breathe, smile, and walk in such a way that this person in us has a chance to manifest. Where I live in Plum Village, every time you meet someone on your own way somewhere, you join your palms and bow to him or to her with respect, because you know there is a Buddha inside that person. Even that person isn't looking or acting like a Buddha. The capacity for love and compassion is in him or her. If you know how to bow with respect and fairness, you can help the Buddha in him or her come out. To join your palms and bow like this isn't mere ritual, it's a practice of awakening. While you bring your hands up and you put your palms together, breathe in and out mindfully. Your two hands form a flower, a lotus bud. If you do this with genuine intention, you will likely to be able to see the possibilities in the other person. As you breathe, you may want to say silently, a lotus for you, a Buddha to be. When you join your palms, there should be concentration in you, and you're not just going through the motions. The lotus flower of your hands is an offering to the person in front of you. When you bow, you recognize the beauty in the other person. In many Asian countries, when we meet each other, we don't shake hands like in the West. We just join our palms and bow. About 160 years ago, the French came to Vietnam, and they taught us how to shake hands. In the beginning, we thought it was funny to shake hands like that, but we learned quite quickly. Now everyone knows how to shake hands, but we still like to join our palms and bow, especially in the temple. It may not be appropriate in your life or workplace for you to join your palms and everyone you see, but you can still look at them in the eye as you smile or say hello or shake hands. In your mind, you can still be offering them a lotus flower, a reminder of the Buddha nature in both of you. The two keys to compassionate communication. We communicate to be understood and to understand others. If we're talking and no one is listening, maybe not even our own selves, we're not communicating effectively. There are two keys of effective and true communication. The first is deep listening. The second is loving speech. Deep listening and loving speech are the best instruments I know for establishing and restoring communication with others and relieving suffering. We all want to be understood. When we interact with another person, particularly if we haven't practiced mindfulness of our own suffering and listen well to our own selves, we anxiously for others We're anxiously for others to understand us right away. We want to begin by expressing ourselves, but talking first like that doesn't usually work. Deep listening needs to come first. Practicing mindfulness of suffering, recognizing and embracing the suffering in oneself and in the other person, will give rise to the understanding necessary for good communication. When we listen to someone with the intention of helping that person suffer less, this is deep listening. When we listen with compassion, we don't get caught in judgment. A judgment may form, but we don't hold onto it. Deep listening has the power to help us create a moment of joy, a moment of happiness, and to help us handle a painful emotion. The Art of Communicating by Thich Nhat Hanh.